Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wilder, WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella of Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out.
All right, man. Start my day off once again in the car. Hopefully it ain't Thursday. Thursday kicked my ass, man. But yeah, we back. It's Goodfella Sports TV. Anthony Joshua questions Tyson Furys' resume and said basically he ain't done enough and what's so intimidating about him. And he criticized his skills, talking about all you need is a little feint and movement and you could be considered great, and what has he done, and I fought champion after champion, and basically just saying that, you know, he ain't done much. You know what I'm saying? He even, you know, talked about when Fury pulled up on him, he said he didn't even get out and offer me a drink. And he says that, you know, he don't know how Fury saw him. I mean, how can you not see what a 6'6", you know, specimen like Anthony Joshua? But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And mind you, Anthony Joshua, and I think it's an interview with Fury saying this, he dog walked Tyson Fury in the gym. All right, I think a lot of people, they let that escape, but that's in the gym. All right, we know Tyson Fury is notorious for not being in shape. We know Anthony Joshua is notorious for pretty much standing, you know, good physique. All right, but to be honest, he got a gripe here, Anthony Joshua, and I'll explain that in a minute. But to be honest, Tyson Fury beat the better opponents. You know, I mean, he people forget because it was such of a bad fight. And I was rooting for Tyson Fury to beat Vladimir Klitschko, and I kind of like the Klitschko brothers, especially Vitaly. And I was just tired of him, you know, making the division stagnant, you know. And I was pulling for Tyson Fury. I mean, I was a Tyson Fury fan then. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was. Not even that night. You couldn't even find 5 Tyson Fury fans to join your Facebook club. I swear to God you couldn't. And all of a sudden, when he came back versus Deontay Wilder, you know, that just let you know boxing is about race. Everybody was a Tyson Fury fan because they didn't want to see Wilder succeed. And I'm not just talking about the fans. You got American fighters that went against the grain on Deontay Wilder as well, too. Okay? But it's not about Wilder, at least not right now. But Tyson Fury has, you know, he got put together a hell of a resume. I mean, he almost could have had David Haye on his resume if David Haye didn't pull out. I think people tend to forget that actually happened. You know, he beat up on Chisora, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he beat up Steve Cunningham. That was a solid win. I mean, he got dropped in that fight too. I mean, you know, he had a really solid resume leading up to Klitschko. They really moved him the right way and took his time with the level opponents. He had already fought in America by that time. And look at Anthony Joshua. You know, he just not fought in America, and he got, you know, he lost. You know, it's a little bit different when these Europeans come over to these United Kingdom fighters. It's a nice amount of those Russians and Eastern Europeans that do well when they come over here. I think it's just the UK fighters. They just struggle when they come over here. They don't look the same, you know. But you know, Fury's fought. He got the 2 big fish, and he got a solid resume under the 2 big fish. He beat Vladimir, and he beat the dude Anthony Joshua and won't know parts of Deontay Wilder. So you look at Anthony Joshua, his best win is still an older Klitschko than that fought Tyson Fury. Okay. Other than that, he's fought Povetkin, he's fought Ruiz, he's fought Dillian White, he's fought, I mean, you know, he hasn't fought anybody that impressed me outside of Vladimir Klitschko. I mean, he struggled with Takam. They got a bullshit stoppage versus Takam. He struggled versus Alexander Povetkin until he got him out of there. Who else has he fought? You know, he fought Andy twice. You know, he beat up Dominic Brazil. Took him like 9 rounds. Wilder did it in like what, not even one full round. So I mean, at the end of the day, you could compare apples to apples, apples to oranges, bananas to strawberries. Who gives a hell? We don't know until they get into the ring. So, you know, at the end of the day, he has a gripe because it's different when you the op, or you just in a non-title fight. Tyson Fury has not defended his title yet. So Joshua got a gripe. It's different when you carrying a belt, or you carrying 2 belts, or you carrying 3 belts, and he also beat Joseph Parker, which I thought he lost to Fury to begin with. But hey, it is what it is. It's easier, you know, when you challenge, when you're not fighting for a championship, or you the op. So he got a point. Like, dude, I've been consistently defending my belt. Yeah, I had a hiccup, but I've been defending. He ain't never defended a belt. So how can you compare him to me, a dude that got, some title defenses under his belt, and he's never defended his title? So does he have a gripe? Yeah, he got a gripe. It's different, defending your championship than fighting for, than fighting in non-title fights and fighting as a challenger for championship belts. So I believe Anthony Joshua definitely got a gripe there, but I just think Tyson Fury took care of the big fish. But is Fury one of those guys that get up for fights and he fights to his level of the ops? So Danny Garcia is a dude that fights to his level of ops, and I think Tyson Fury is notorious for doing that too. But we don't know if Fury can defend the title. You know what I'm saying? We don't know, because it's never happened before. And a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that, but he's never defended a title. Never. And Anthony Joshua, is right. It's different when you got to defend something. So there's some people that think Wilder might get him. It's a lot of people that think Wilder might get him. And boxing tends to go the other way. When you think somebody's supposed to be the dominant fighter in the fight, and there's no way he can lose, or no way he can get knocked out because he took somebody's best punch, or he shows the granite chin, then boxing always proves us the other way. But to be honest, Anthony Joshua ain't really fought nobody that, people talk about his resume. I mean, come on, Joseph Parker, he lost to Andy Ruiz to begin with. Then he lost to Fury. He ain't shit. He lost to Dillian White afterwards. He fought Dillian White. I don't think nobody think Dillian White shit, but his small little fan base. He fought Povetkin. Povetkin wasn't able to pump it up. He wasn't able to do his thing, but he hung in there. He fought Dominique Brazil before Wilder did. I mean, I think he beat up Eric Molina as well. So he had some Vladimir Klitschko was an action-packed fight, but then Vladimir Klitschko was an older fighter. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't beat nobody like to be saying like he the greatest. Like, no offense to him, but he ain't beat nobody. Shit, he ain't beat nobody. I'm not looking at his resume and say, who did he beat? And people say, Wilder hasn't fought this guy, and Joshua ain't fought nobody neither. Tyson Fury is the one that's taking out the big fish, the 2 big fish. You know what I'm saying? And he deserved it. Now, can he go in there and beat up on Anthony Joshua? I think he can, but with Joshua, the movement that Joshua showed going into that Ruiz fight, that'll help him versus Tyson Fury. But the way Fury's sitting down on his shots, I went the wrong way. The way Fury's sitting down on his shots, it's gonna be tough for him. He gonna have to catch Fury with some good body work, but I really can care less if they do fight. But like all boxing fans, we all get buyers or watchers remorse, so we definitely gonna tune in because personally, I'm pulling for Anthony Joshua. I think fuck Tyson Fury, but schematic wise, I mean, I think Tyson Fury is the better fighter, the more complete fighter. But then again, Joshua's been the more consistent fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's been very, very consistent. He's been very consistent in his approach. So I mean, Tyson Fury ain't never really been consistent, and that's the problem. No consistent Fury. Not at all, but obviously, I think it'd be a good fight. And he gotta get past Wilder. You know what I'm saying? He gotta get past Pulev and probably Usyk and Joshua got to get past. I don't know why old people be on the road. Just sit your ass at home and get a lift. Be driving like idiots. They be crackheads and old. You gotta pick a struggle. But then he gotta get past Dillian White, and Dillian White said he had success versus him in sparring. So we a ways away. I mean, you know, personally, my personal feelings with Joshua, but Joshua also talked about his style. You know, you was the same dude, you know, and I'm gonna say this real quick before I get to my destination. This dude was the same dude that moved and fainted versus Andy Ruiz. You used the Tyson Fury ingredients to beat Andy Ruiz. So don't come in here acting like, you know, like your ass ain't just move and stick and move versus Tyson Fury and faint, stick and move versus Andy Ruiz to win. That's one of the things that grind my nerves. When a spade call a spade, or when somebody called a kettle black. That just irks my nerves, bruh. It seriously does. You know, it irks my nerves to the T. Like, dude, didn't you just go out there and, you know, stick, move, shoot, faint, but didn't you do the same thing to Andy? Get out of here, bro. All you got to do is be great is feint and move. I mean, the heavyweight division, can't nobody else really do it consistently. You know, I'm just looking like, dude, didn't you just sit there and people say you ran and stick the move versus Andy Ruiz, whatever you prefer to say. You know what I'm saying? You ain't go out there and then again, you didn't run it back in New York City neither. You don't have no desire to go back to America. He's just happy to be a big fish in a small pond. And I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad. He got traumatized. I'm telling you, when these UK dudes come over to America, you know, it's like that Drake album. They ain't never been the same. All of a sudden, they ain't got them power pellets no more. You know what I'm saying? They come over here and look like totally, completely different fighters. They acting totally different. All he could do is stick and move. And I think he's just trying to talk trash. AJ ain't no good trash talker. I think he should just remain humble. That's his kilo. That's his swag. Just remain humble, nigga. Just be a humble guy. Because when he try to talk trash, man, it really ain't him. You know, it ain't for him, man. I would just tell him to stop talking trash. Seriously. But that's just my opinion on it, man. I done made it to my destination, man. So let me get right. But yeah, man, I just think damn, there's so much glass over here. Nigga need to get out here and get this parking lot with that broom. But yeah, my whole thing is, you know, you got to build the fight up. You got to be some trash talking. You know, we'll see, man. But I do think Tyson Furys is about to beat the better fighters. But I think AJ's been a consistent world championship fighter. So appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos. Don't forget to check out our heavyweight boxing playlist for more videos like this. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal in the description. Just keep sharing the videos, man, and I'm gonna keep putting it down. Let me know what you guys think. One time for the one time we gone.